He wrote,
During the day, I hacked through the thick walls of the refrigerator to retrieve the negatives stored therein. They were located beneath 4 feet of mushy ice. And by stripping to the waist and diving under, I hauled them out.
Together, he and Shackleton selected 120 negatives and sealed them in tin canisters. The remaining 400, Shackleton had Hurley destroy, so he would not be tempted to recover them later. Hurley retained a single vest pocket Kodak camera and 3 rolls of film. On November 21st, the broken ship sank for good beneath the ice.
Jesus.
Shackleton recorded simply,
"At 5 p.m. she went down. I cannot write about it."
Now, nothing remained of the Endurance and her long battle, except Hurley's images.
Could you imagine being stuck down in Antarctica?
Once the ship had gone, my grandfather, I know, felt ill, not at ease on the ice.
Yeah.
It was a new thing. I mean, he'd seen snow as a kid, but never set foot on an iceberg like that. So it was a new ball game, so to speak. In their minds was, like any human being, I think, are we going to get out alive?
Jesus.
The drift of the pack had carried the men 1,300 miles since they were trapped. Now they hoped the same drift would bring them to land. If not, they were bound for open sea.
Forget it.
Hurley wrote,
It is beyond conception even to us that we are dwelling on a colossal ice raft with but 5 feet of frozen water separating us from 2,000 fathoms of ocean and drifting along under the caprices of wind and tides to heaven knows where.
Timbers from the ship were used to build a new home, Ocean Camp. The wheelhouse became the new galley. Hurley ingeniously converted part of the ship's boiler into a stove, which was fueled by penguin skin and seal blubber. A daily routine was established. Hunting for penguins and seals became the main activity.
That's all you guys eat.
Each man knew rescue was impossible. They were managing to stay alive. But to what end?
Yeah.
They had a pretty miserable time on the ice. But having said that, in the end, at every turn, Shackleton's enemy was not the ice, but it was his own people, in the sense it was their morale. That was the foe. He had to prevent their morale from crumbling. The ice was nothing. Anybody can deal with the ice. But
Not me.
to deal with the human spirit, that is very difficult.
No way. No way I would have made it.
After abandoning ship, a bout of sciatica sent Shackleton to his tent for 2 weeks. Emerging after his forced confinement, he he made the surprising decision to attempt a second march to land.
Oh my god.
In his memoir, he related, "A buzz of pleasurable anticipation went round the camp at this announcement." Nothing was further from the truth.
Now remember, guys, they're on ice. This is a frozen ocean they're on right now. Oh my god. Forget it. Forget it.
Again, the men dragged the loaded lifeboats weighing more than a ton apiece,
Ugh.
hacking their way through pressure ridges that obstructed their passage. At times, they trudged up to their knees in snow.
Ugh. Could you imagine?
On the fourth day, McNish dug in his heels. Earlier, the carpenter had proposed to build a sloop from the wreckage of the Endurance. Shackleton had rejected the plan. Now McNish openly rebelled and refused to continue. His duty to obey orders, he asserted, had ended with abandonment of the ship.
Chippy was a man who didn't like me told what to do. No, I mean, it's all one who you were. If Chippy didn't like it, Chippy would tell you. This is the kind of man he was. I mean, authority meant nothing to him.
Shackleton called the men together and read ship's articles, dramatically asserting his command. Despite the loss of the ship, he announced, all men would be paid wages until they reached port.
Yeah, port.
McNish backed down. Mutiny was averted.
No leader on the edge of survival can tolerate the least threat to his authority. And Shackleton, in fact, was prepared to shoot the carpenter if necessary, and he would have been justified.
Yep.
Because there was a hidden danger here, that the carpenter was only voicing the opinions of 2 or 3 other members of the crew, and more for all we know. And had this not been crushed immediately, the whole party would have disintegrated.
2 days after the standoff with McNish, Shackleton was forced to realize his own error. He called a halt to the march. In his diary, Shackleton wrote, "Turned in but could not sleep. I'm anxious. Everyone working well except the carpenter. I shall never forget him in this time of strain and stress."
Wow. No one's gonna drag a boat weighing over a ton, 300 miles.
Shackleton had put down the rebellion, but he could not quell all doubts that threatened to erode his authority.
Anyways, guys, sorry, I'm just laying here in bed watching this documentary about Ernest Shackleton. This is a different one. I've never seen it. That's narrated by Liam Neeson. I suggest checking it out. It's very interesting. The story is unbelievable. If it was fiction, I wouldn't believe it. I would laugh at it and say there's no way that this is possible. I should do a little video on this. Not a live stream, but like just a separate little video about this. It's a shame that Hollywood never did a professional movie about this story, because it's just so amazing what these guys went through, the suffering. And I mean, imagine living on the frozen Southern Ocean for over a year, a year to 2 years, sleeping in a small tent, nothing to keep out the cold, and as you're laying there sleeping, you can hear the ice cracking below you. Just totally terrifying. Anyways, on another note, guys, I just want to say I love all you guys. I love all the support. I always have a great time streaming. So we're back to Laurenography. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow night, but if not tomorrow, absolutely it'll be Tuesday. So so just keep an eye out. Maybe I'll do another scheduled video soon. I'll do another scheduled video tomorrow. If I don't stream tomorrow, then I'll let you guys know that I will Tuesday, but hopefully tomorrow. I just know I have a very busy day tomorrow, so I don't know if I can. But anyways, I suggest you guys check out this story too if you are interested in history and crazy stories. And I just like I said, or I don't know if I did say this, but it's a shame that this was not turned into a Hollywood movie, because it would be such a great movie. And there's another documentary about this that is kind of more movie-like. It's called Shackleton's Captain. It's on YouTube. I suggest watching it. It's one of the most insane survival stories I've ever heard in my entire life. And, you know, the fact that what these guys went through, the suffering that they went through, and the fact that they never gave up, you know, no matter how bad things got, no matter, you know, what was going on, these guys, they never ever gave up. And you know, they just had iron wills, and they were tough as nails, and they somehow made it out. Speaking for myself, I don't think I would have made it. It's just, I mean, imagine being put in that situation. I can't imagine it. Anyway, guys, it's so nice just laying here in bed and watching a little documentary. And as you can tell, I sound tired, about to fall asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and just upload this here, and I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day. Stay safe, and thank you very much, everybody. Over and out.